Hello everyone, I'm really happy to be here and talk about what I do. Yeah, so I'm Elizabeth, I'm an architect and I'm also a project manager. I'm actually not from here, I'm from Haiti, born and raised, and I just moved here like 2 years ago. And so I'm going to talk a little bit more about what I've done first in Haiti. I worked for the U.S. Navy, I built fire stations, I built also for the Vatican. I've also worked with different other entities for the U.S. government in Haiti. Here I've worked with I've worked in the private sector, and I've worked, I think the last project I was working on was in New Jersey. It was a 5-story building, we're transforming it into a 10-story building. To keep it short, did a lot of things, and I haven't only worked on the design phase, but also in the construction phase. So I do a lot of oversee projects. So I go on the site, I wear my hard hat, and I have to make sure that everything is done according to the plans. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about architecture. Why this career? I've always wanted to be an architect as long as I can remember. I think it's because I like the fact that once I make a drawing, it becomes something that I can see, that I can touch. I've also liked to see buildings going up. So I would like to ask one or two, maybe somebody would like to give me the definition of an architect. Can somebody raise their hand?
My name is Rita. Someone who builds stuff and plans, makes the plans for it.
That's great, thank you. That was a good definition. An architect designs. The architect not only does design, but he has to oversee many cases, what's going on the site. Architects design buildings, they also design bridges, they also design different other structures, and they have to work a lot with the engineers. I think that somebody wanted to be an engineer here. And I remember one or two people wanted to work into real estate. So you're going to be interacting a lot with the architect. Things that you may need if you want to go to that path is want to be creative. If you're not naturally creative, you can become creative. You can read a lot of things. You can go visit a lot of exhibits. You will develop that skill. You want to be good in math, you want to be good in drawings. These things will help you a lot. And architecture is not just, as I was saying, is not just designing. You have to also oversee other things. So just to keep it short, yes, we're going to go to education. I know we don't have a lot of time. Yes, if you want to become an architect, these are just numbers generally for if you're studying here in the States. It's a 4-year program. And this is tuition for the 5-year program, and the master's usually 2 or maybe 1 year, depends on where you're studying. There are different types of architects. You don't necessarily have to stick to building, like I was saying earlier. You can become a landscape architect. We work with landscape architect, mostly work with on projects where you have parks. You can be an urban designer, work more with the city hall. If you want, you can focus on residential, or you can also become a commercial architect. So this is the potential salary for an architect. And if you want to practice in New York or in other states, you have to just make sure that you meet the requirements. There's a test that you have to take, which is the architect experience exam, that you have to take that exam, and you also have to have some experience in that state. You have to work with another architect who will help you get your license. Before we get to social media, I would say that being an architect is a little bit being a licensed architect is a little bit being an entrepreneur. I would say you have to, if you manage your own office, you have to make sure that you know a bit of accounting and other things. You wear many hats. But you can also decide to work with another firm. In that case, you don't necessarily have to be licensed. You can just work under the umbrella of another architect, but he will be the one who will get the credit of the work. Meaning that if the building gets published, your name may not be shown. But it depends on you if you have the entrepreneurial skills, if you feel like you can manage your office yourself. Now, just to go real quick, actually that slide should have come before. These are different inspiring architects. I think that if you are interested in following that path, you can make some research on those architects and then you can learn on how they became successful. You can learn about their work and this might inspire you and might be helpful for you as well if you wanna. Now, how to start your career? I'd say that a lot of people forget that social media, a lot of people have access to social media, but when you just use your account, for example, sometimes you don't think about other people looking at it. So you might want to think about what you're posting, about how you're presenting yourself to the world. If you want to work, for example, let's say that you finish your 5 years and you get your degree in architecture, you would like to apply to different places. You might want to create a LinkedIn profile. You might want to have a profile on Instagram, for example, that shows what you want to do, sketches that you've done, or different things that inspire you. And I would like to say you have to be mindful of what you post on the different social media. I would suggest you to have a goal as well, to have a plan. You might want to put like bullet points of different things that you want to, how can I say that, highlight, you want to show to people. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little bit stressed, I don't know why. I get to present a lot, but I think that what I would like to say really is that if you want to take a career, if you want to pursue a career, you might want to put some deadlines, you want to outline things that you want to do, and will make people see you more. That will make people help you as well. That will make people, how can I say that? I'm trying to find the right word. It's to stand out in a certain way. That's what I would like to say. A couple of advice that I would share. Can somebody read the first bullet point for me? I think I know Kipling by heart now. You too, but can you say it louder again?
Embrace your personality, who relies on person, embrace your unique path.
Yes, that means the reason why I posted this one is because some people may be really good at talking and they have to work on other skills. Some people might be really good at organizing. Some people might be really good at public speaking. You have different skills, so you just might want to make sure that you're aware of what you have, your skills, what you're good at, and you want to work on the things that will make you a better person. And also, just because somebody else does something doesn't mean that it will necessarily work for you because you're unique. Somebody else wanna read the other one? After. I wanna have somebody in the back. Can I have somebody in the back?
Be self-aware and reassess periodically.
Yes, so I'm gonna go really fast. I only have 5 minutes. Somebody else can read the third one?
Work on your skills perfectly. Perfect your craft and push to be the best. And push to be the best version of yourself at all ages.
Thank you. I'm gonna get somebody else to read the fourth one. Can you say your name?
Be professional, be disciplined, practice good work ethic.
Be professional, be disciplined, practice good work ethic. Thank you. I'm gonna get somebody else. There's 4 more. And there's one last on that side.
Don't look at obstacles or failure as the end. Learn the lessons from it.
Awesome, thank you. I have 5 more. I'm gonna get somebody in the back.
Budget and plan ahead, be proactive.
That means that once you start working, you don't want to spend all your money in clothes. You don't want to just spend all your money in things that are not necessary. You want to budget. You want to think ahead. Somebody else wants to read.
Learn from your peers.
Oh, that's a mistake. Where's the teacher? Yes, learn from your peers. So I showed a couple architects before that were successful. So you want to learn from them. You want to see what they did that was right, so you can learn, so you can do better and stand out from the crowd. Somebody else?
Don't live for a crowd.
Yes, don't live for a crowd. Somebody else?
Don't take things personal.
Good job. In the professional world, you'll get some frustrations, but you don't want to take things personal. It will help you a lot. The last one? I'd say network as much as possible. You really don't want to isolate yourself. You might be working with an engineer, somebody might be a doctor, you might find another client there. You might meet somebody who could be your teacher at the university. Always try to network as much as possible. And then last, I would say shoot for the moon. That's my favorite. I would say that's my favorite quote. Shoot for the moon. Even if you miss it, you'll land among the stars. I never thought I'd be doing what I want because there are no architects in my family. Everybody's a doctor or an engineer. I just decided I wanted to be an architect, and I really did. I worked hard, and I'm very happy in doing what I want. I didn't even know that I would be here in New York working on buildings where like $14 million projects, and now I'm going to be working another big project, which is the JFK International Airport. So I'm very blessed. I think that you should never limit yourself, work hard on yourself, and you never know, like you said, you might land among the stars. That's it, thank you.